Embarking on the journey of spiritual awakening is like rising from the profound depths of an underwater exploration. As you ascend, a deep longing for the refreshing breath of truth grips you, akin to a diver surfacing after a lengthy submersion. You observe others still adrift in the sea of illusion, while your own essence undergoes a transformative reshaping. There's no going back. The doors to your former self have dissolved, revealing only the forward path. This awakening, though liberating, introduces a paradoxical sense of limitation. Picture yourself atop a grand mountain, breathing in the crisp air, yet peering down at loved ones trapped in the valley's grasp. They appear content, absorbed in mundane pursuits, seeking comfort, power, and the mirage of control. This prompts an introspective question. Is my awakening a gift or a weight? What drives me towards self-discovery while others seem satisfied in their blissful unawareness? This journey, undoubtedly daunting, is unquestionably rewarding. The path may be rough and uncharted, but the vistas encountered are beyond the scope of imagination. Like any transformative path, spiritual awakening brings with it unique challenges. These challenges don't hold moral judgments, they simply exist. It's similar to adjusting to a new altitude. You're breathing a different air, and acclimatization might take time. Today, we're set to explore the lesser-discussed aspects of spiritual awakening, the subtle nuances and experiences that often go unmentioned, yet are universally encountered on this enlightening path. 1. Navigating the maze of confusion. Picture this. You've just woken up from a dream that felt strikingly real. In those first few quiet moments, everything seems still. Then suddenly, you're flooded with a barrage of questions and puzzling thoughts. Your mind races, asking, what was that about? Is this normal? Why am I feeling this way? This is the maze of confusion that often greets us following a spiritual awakening. Even if you've been on a spiritual path for years, immersing yourself in sacred texts and deep practices, the experience of awakening can feel like stepping into a strange land. Everything seems unfamiliar, the language, the customs, and even the very air around you. We're used to walking paths we know, but spiritual awakening leads us into unknown territories. It's an experience that stretches beyond our imagination, something we can't fully grasp with just thoughts or concepts. In search of understanding, we often turn to spiritual teachings, books, and age-old philosophies. We delve into scriptures, seeking insights from ancient masters, hoping to find something that resonates with our experience, something that can help us make sense of this new world. But what do you do when you're lost in this confusion? It's natural to feel bewildered, but it's crucial not to let this spiral into panic or an endless search for quick answers. While the desire for immediate clarity is strong, often the deepest insights come from embracing the unknown. Think of it like a fog that slows you down, making you more aware of your surroundings. It's an opportunity to become present, to stop searching for external answers and instead turn inward. In the silence, there's a powerful force waiting to be discovered. It's a space where you don't need instant solutions, a place where you can just be. By quieting the relentless chatter of the mind, you make room for your inner voice, your intuition. While it's natural to look to spiritual texts for guidance, remember that the truest guide is within you. You might not always need a map to navigate the awakening journey. Sometimes it's about being still, letting the flow of life guide you. Right now, your path may be filled with questions, but consider these as invitations to explore and delve deeper. Don't be afraid of the unknown, embrace it. The beauty of awakening is in its continuous revelation, exposing depths and dimensions you never knew were there. Confusion isn't a blockade, it's a scenic detour. It may take longer, but it's filled with valuable insights and breathtaking views you'd miss on a direct route. See this as a call to dig deeper, listen more closely, and develop a patience and openness perhaps unexplored until now. 2. Embracing the feeling of disconnection. Picture this. You stumble upon a new radio station, and the music it plays touches the deepest part of your soul. Yet, as you tune into this new frequency, you find that the other stations you used to love are now just static noise or have gone completely silent. This is a good analogy for the sense of disconnection often felt during a spiritual awakening. As you move closer to your true self, the dynamics in your social circles start to shift. Conversations with old friends might become strained. Where you once would jump into discussions, now you find yourself retreating into silence. Interests that used to captivate you now feel shallow, and people who were your pillars may now seem distant, like stars far away in the night sky. Your priorities and perspectives change rapidly. During an awakening, it can feel like you're shedding an old skin and stepping into a new one. It's common to feel isolated in this phase of transformation. You begin to crave deeper, more meaningful connections that feed your spirit instead of draining it. If this experience resonates with you and you're keen on diving deeper into your spiritual journey, consider following our channel for valuable insights and support as you navigate this path. So what can you do when you feel this disconnection? It's not a cue to force yourself back into your previous way of being. Embrace the new, unique person you are becoming, even if it feels isolating or misunderstood by others. This journey is about your personal growth, not about fitting in with others' expectations. It might be tough not to be swayed or hurt by others' reactions, but remember the reason you started this journey: to be true to who you are. This phase, filled with uncertainty and vulnerability, is a time to gently nurture your emerging self, like caring for a tender new sprout. Surround yourself with spiritual companions who offer non-judgmental ears and create a safe space for your growing beliefs. Seek environments where your heart feels acknowledged and understood, rather than places that pressure you to conform or defend your spiritual path. It's like being a young sapling in a forest of ancient, towering trees. You may feel overshadowed at times, but remember, you're growing at your own pace and in your own unique way. It might feel lonely at first, but remember there are others on similar paths. Connect with these kindred spirits who can help nurture your growth, just as rain and soil nourish a young tree. Disconnection is not an end, but a passage. It's like crossing a bridge from your old world to a new one. On the other side, you'll find new connections that resonate more authentically with your true self. 3. Understanding the role of increased pain in awakening. It isn't a switch that magically erases your ego or fills your life with uninterrupted peace. Surprisingly, it often results in more pain, not less. But why is this? Imagine awakening as the process of peeling back layers of unawareness. It's like turning on a brighter light in a room, suddenly exposing everything in stark clarity, including the dust and stains that were always there but unnoticed. As you awaken, stepping into a state of heightened awareness becomes more accessible. However, old habits die hard, and there might be times when you revert to your old, unconscious ways. It's in these moments that you feel a sharper contrast, a deeper kind of pain. Previously, in an unawakened state, you might not have fully realized the impact of your actions on yourself and others. But in an awakened state, every emotion and every interaction takes on a greater significance. This is because your connection to your inner self and the world around you intensifies. You're not just aware of your own pain, you become acutely conscious of others' suffering and even the collective pain of the world. Your empathy and sensitivity, which were once peripheral, now become central to your experience. Paradoxically, this increase in pain is a positive indicator. It signifies that you are deeply connected to life. Trying to suppress this pain is futile. If you do, it will only resurface more intensely. Instead, find ways to express this heightened sensitivity. If you feel like crying, let the tears come. If there's a scream inside you, let it out. Channel these intense emotions into creative activities like writing, painting, or gardening. Remember, expressing your pain is not a sign of weakness. It's a reflection of your profound inner strength. By giving pain an outlet, you're not only releasing it, you're transforming it into something beautiful or meaningful. Think of it as a safety valve. When the pressure gets too high, releasing some prevents an explosion. Essentially, the increased pain that comes with awakening is an invitation to be more authentic, more compassionate, and more attuned to life's complexities. Recognize the pain, but also see it as a means for deeper understanding and connection, both with yourself and the world at large. 4. Navigating the waters of an existential crisis. Embarking on the awakening journey often brings you to an intriguing yet challenging phase, the existential crisis. You may have heard this term used casually, often thrown around when people question their place in the world. But in the throes of true awakening, the query, "Who am I?" transforms from a simple wonderment into a pressing, consuming dilemma. The identity you once embraced like a well-fitting garment now feels awkward, either too restricting or too loose. It's as though you've outgrown your old self, but you're not quite sure what your new size is. You're caught in a limbo, disconnected from who you once were, yet unclear about who you are becoming. Questions like, "Why am I here?" and "What is my purpose?" shift from being abstract thoughts to urgent quests for answers. You find yourself at a metaphorical crossroads, surrounded not just by a few paths, but by a myriad of trails, each promising to lead you to your true calling. It's overwhelming and, to be honest, a bit intimidating. So what do you do when faced with this existential crisis? First, recognize that you can't go back. Your previous identity is a closed chapter, and trying to revisit it will only lead to frustration. Secondly, allow yourself time. Unanswered questions are uncomfortable, but they're also indicators that you're on the brink of deeper insights. If you have access to a mentor or a wise guide, now is a great time to draw on their wisdom. But if you're walking this path alone, trust in the universe's plan. Consider this analogy. When you're on a long road trip without seeing any signs, it doesn't mean you're lost. It simply indicates that you're between milestones. Keep moving, enjoy the journey, and soon enough, you'll encounter signs guiding you to your next destination. Your existential crisis might feel like a never-ending cycle of doubts, but it's a necessary passage that almost everyone on the awakening path experiences. Remember, the very act of questioning signifies your growth, even when answers seem elusive. The search for understanding is, in itself, a form of progress. It may not seem evident now, but this phase is a crucial step towards a more profound comprehension of your true self. 5. Navigating the temptation of entitlement in awakening. The enlightening experience of awakening can often lead to a subtle sense of entitlement. It's not unusual to feel like you've unlocked a grand, cosmic secret, seeing yourself as a beacon of guidance in a world that seems lost. Thoughts of being chosen or superior may quietly infiltrate your mind. You might even feel compelled to awaken others, eager to shake them from what appears to be their deep slumber. However, it's important to tread carefully here. Remember, your spiritual journey is deeply personal and unique to you. Everyone is on their own path, with individual lessons and their own timing. Trying to hasten someone else's spiritual growth is like forcing a flower bud to open prematurely. It doesn't hasten the blooming and might even disrupt the natural process. Be mindful not to let your empathy morph into unsolicited advice. Even with the best intentions, your guidance can sometimes be perceived as intrusive. The key is to lead with love, unconditional, non-judgmental love. Love acts as a gentle catalyst, encouraging others to explore new ideas without feeling coerced. Think of your interactions as brewing a cup of tea. Love is the water, the essential base, while your wisdom is akin to the tea leaves, subtly enriching the conversation but not overpowering it. If someone is ready and willing, they'll seek more tea leaves from you. Otherwise, just the warmth of the water, your love, can be soothing and comforting in itself. It's crucial to remember that awakening is a deeply personal and unique experience for everyone. While your insights might seem like the perfect piece to complete someone else's puzzle, they might not be ready to fit it into their life's picture, and that's completely okay. So continue to offer your love freely and keep your wisdom at the ready for those who earnestly seek it. Awakening is both a blessing and a challenge, a delicate balance between clarity and confusion. Trust in your own journey to guide you and let your empathy enrich the lives of those around you.